Hello, Internet. We are back. More Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. We are at our new base, and I don't specifically recall what we were. You know what? I do. We were going to make another trip back to our old base to bring the remnants of things that we had to leave behind back to this base. So I think we'll do that straight away. It is 4 a.m. You know what? I don't think we're going to do that because sun will be coming up any moment, and we don't want to be wandering through town in the middle of the day, particularly because when we came down here in the car, we hit a horde in here somewhere. So we'll just do normal basey things. Please don't step in the fire. We will eat, I guess, because we're hungry. I have updated again, which I understand this system a little better now. We talked about that a little bit in the Friday show, and the gist of it is that food acts on a delay, so it's locked from the inside. Food acts on a delay in getting into your system, and you will be hungry more frequently. Does this just run? I don't see... Oh, there's no tank on it. There's no tank of gasoline on it. We could probably fix that pretty easy and have ourselves a little motorcycle here. I don't love it. It's not in great shape, but it's definitely drivable. Why don't we check the other car as well? Something's going on with the memory tiles. They're all incorrect for the car. I don't know what that's about. Wheels, gas, faulty engine, unfortunately, some gasoline, some car battery. So we might be able to rig this up to run. All we would really need to do, I mean, we're not going to be mending the engine anytime soon. It needs an air filter, and I honestly have no idea where you would get one of those. However, we could swap out the engine like we did in the other vehicle, like in our original car. We grab all these long strings. Apparently not. Glass, long string. We'll grab all these. Yeah, so basically when you eat, it's you now get hungry, but it's not necessarily because you have not eaten enough. It's more like it's been a while since you did eat, because just like real life, the longer you go without eating, the more likely you are to be hungry. It's not specifically based on how many calories you've taken in. So you will get the message hungry, but that doesn't mean you're dying of hunger or anything like that. Those messages are different messages, like the starving or malnourished or whatever they are. That indicates you haven't had enough calories. Very loud truck. But the actual hungry tag, which I think they might have changed to peckish, or maybe that's in upcoming PR. That just means that it's been a while since you've eaten and you should probably eat something. I mean, I really don't know what to do here because I really don't want to make that trip back. We can read the trail guide. We never did do that. Oh, my capture card is blinking again, but in my previous recordings that didn't seem to show up in the recording, so hopefully everything's just fine. So here we got some trails. Nothing really jumping out at me. I don't think the trail guide reveals anything other than the trails. I don't think it shows buildings or anything like that, so that's not super interesting to me. I almost never walk through the forest trails. Maybe we could do that in this episode. We could hunt a little bit, and then once the sun comes up, maybe we'll set up some farm plots. Where's our seed pile? Did we not bring the seeds from the other base? Maybe we didn't. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Yep. Well, crap. Oh no, they're here. Okay. So when the sun comes up, maybe we'll plant some stuff. I do think we'll be at this base for a little while, maybe long enough to gather to harvest some food. And if not, I mean, because there's an awful lot of stuff over here. And once we manufacture or get this motorcycle working, like, I was gonna make our own, but if we have one that's already mostly made, we'll just use that. We can easily reach like down here just for short trips without using a ton of gasoline or having to worry about negotiating a large vehicle through the bad, through the accidents and things that would appear on the street. So we can drop this trail guide. We're never, in fact, why don't we just throw it in the fire? We're never going to use it because once it's revealed the area, there's really no need for them anymore. I think we'll read till the sun comes up. Why don't we read? What were we reading? I think this, to raise our fab. We really don't need fab to be super high, but that's okay. Looks like the sun has come up. We'll drop our book and we'll go out. Do we have a shovel? Shove. I thought we did. Shovel. I don't think we can search based on quality. Maybe we left it at the other base. I'm not seeing anything shovelly. So why don't we look at shovel? No, let's look at quality. Dig? A digging stick. Well, that's really not ideal, but that's okay. Why don't we see if we can... I believe if we use Y, capital Y brings up the zone manager tool. If we go farm plot. Okay, I would rather just make the plots first. Okay, well, we'll do tomatoes, tomato zone, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we'll add another farm plot, and we'll do carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will make potatoes, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And onions. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think which of these have the better shelf lives, because if we, like, I think strawberries and raspberries have really short shelf lives, and so if we spend the time harvesting them and we haven't secured a way to store them for long-term food, they're just going to go bad. And these are more food items, like the potato. I believe we can just make like baked potatoes without a ton of other stuff necessary. Similarly, like tomatoes, onions, and carrots are just pretty edible as is, and I'm pretty sure there are cooked versions. There are recipes for each of those items. I can't really think of a recipe that requires strawberries or raspberries. And I'm worried that they have a very short shelf life. So I don't, and those are very plentiful in the summertime, harvesting on your own. What we'll do cucumbers and then maybe the barley as well. 2, 3, 4. Oops. And we'll do barley because I'm pretty sure barley never goes bad. Am I remembering that wrong? We'll do the barley. Now, we save this. Yes. And we hit capital O. Okay. Till the farm plots. You'll see it automatically did everything. We'll hit capital O again. We'll go to plant seeds. So it is warm enough to plant these seeds, which is great. So now we've set up a little farm. I hate you, plant, so you get smashed. I don't know if zombies walking through this is an issue or not. Because we haven't planted very much, that could be a real problem if they end up like trampling our food. But for now, that's acceptable. So I'm pleased to have had that. Is that not a shovel right there? Oh, it's a spear, okay. And we will go back. I don't like having them over here. I'd rather them be over here somewhere. So we'll drop those. We probably don't need the toolbox anymore, because we're not currently going to be working on a vehicle. We don't need the digging stick anymore. I think we're going to head out into the woods. Actually, what do we have? What do we have that can... Okay, we have dehydrators, which we don't want. We need... Okay, smoker. We need smokers for meat. So why don't we... But we need charcoal. Which is a charcoal kiln, which is a construction item. Coal, charcoal kiln, or a metal charcoal kiln. So we need, wow, 4 60-liter tanks. That is ridiculous. That should not be what this requires. That is an enormous kiln. I don't think we need that to be that size, but okay. So it's probably easier to grab the metal tanks from vehicles and just drag them back here than it is to find 40 rocks. We also need a tool with digging 2. This is digging 1. So we also don't have a shovel that would allow us to make that. Does the other one require... Oh, it doesn't clear your filter. Does this one require digging? No, just hammering, which we do have, and the 4 tanks. So I think that's probably our better bet. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to venture out to find vehicle tanks just now, because it is daylight and I'm worried about it being out in the daylight. So I think we'll just go hunting and see if we can find some... like, don't we have something, like, can you dehydrate meat? Dehydrated meat. Okay, so we do have the food dehydrator. The problem is we don't have... I mean, we have plenty of batteries right now. We have like 900 batteries somewhere here. The problem is it's kind of... They're pretty valuable, right? So every time we use the food dehydrator to dehydrate food, we're using an enormous chunk... Nope, I messed that up. Meat. We're using, well, 25 battery charges per meat is not a huge deal. This time investment is ridiculous, but yeah, let's just go hunting. It's something I've wanted to do for a while and we haven't. Let's venture out into the woods, hopefully come across a critter or two that we can eat. Oh, that's right, there's a homeless camp over here. I guess we'll forage a little bit while we go. Can see about raising our survival a little bit. What is our survival? Our survival is just 1 with 67% to 2. A lot of glass, which is one of the least useful. The shards of glass are some of the least useful items in the game, which is fine. There are always going to be items like that where they just aren't as valuable. Matches and cigarettes. There's a brazier, which we could take, but I mean, we've already set things up at our base to not really need a brazier. There's really nothing over here, huh? So here are some boulders we could potentially smash for rocks, but we still don't have a oh, I saved apparently. We still don't have a proper digging tool. So it really is just, was it just 1? It was just 1. Okay, that's a bummer. Not hugely concerning, but it does suck a little bit that we don't have the ability to make like a proper shovel. Maybe it's because our survival is so low, or our fab is low, or something, you know. We'll grab these veggies. I don't know that we would bother to dehydrate or smoke the veggies because they have such a low calorie count. But I think with the new reworks to hunger, it would be beneficial to have some of these low calorie items so that when we are feeling hungry, like right now, we're not wasting calories by eating something huge. We can just eat something like a snack to sate our hunger without actually, not to sate our hunger, but to remove, like, you know how it is. You're a real living person. You occasionally feel a bit snacky. You feel a little bit hungry. I'm going to start grabbing rocks just in case we would come across a digging tool. I'm not seeing anything. There's a building that's collapsed that would also have a lot of rocks. Zombie will ignore. Let's see what we've got. Let's get a clear view of the street here. Literally nothing. I'm surprised by that. What am I seeing? Where am I? Oh, there you are. Heavily injured regular zombie. Did they fix the... They did fix it. It no longer jiggles when you activate the look menu. What is all this? Just... Well, we'll take everything, I guess. I mean, the nails and stuff and the wood. I mean, we're just going to head back to base here in a minute. Grab the rocks. We need a digging tool to get those rocks. That's right, I forgot. We did need pipes as well for that particular... Trying to keep an eye out for zombies. There's a pitchfork, which is a pretty good weapon. Unfortunately, we could have used it a long time ago. It's not as significant now. Why don't we disassemble this? Can we butcher the lawnmower? All kinds of stuff. A lot of which we're going to take. I was most interested in the blades. This allows you to craft certain... Well, I guess they're not that big of a... Really? The engine in a lawnmower weighs 50 kilos? That's ridiculous. There's no way that that's correct. So we'll just grab everything but the engine. Just no way that's right. Like, isn't 50 kilos like 110 pounds? I don't know why I smashed that when I could have just easily used my crowbar. Another pipe. Stout. Molasses, eh? I feel like that probably has some use. Continue looting. Yeah, we're just getting back to base. Maybe we'll look at this and see if we can grab a tank off of it. It has 2 tanks full of diesel. We're never going to use diesel. I generally use gasoline because it's so much more widely available. Yeah, I mean, what's our inventory? I mean, we'll have to carry it anyway, but our weight is pretty high. I don't know that we're going to be able to carry it back. Let's... screw it. Let's just take it off. Where's the tank? There's the tank. Oh. Why don't... Oh, that's right. I dropped the toolbox. Never mind. Off we go. Are you smashed? You look smashed. Another military rucksack. I guess we'll take it. Are you the Shrieker? No, you're the regular zombie. So where's the Shrieker? I heard... Oh no, I spotted the Shrieker. Okay. Nope. Empty corpse. There's another building right there. We're just gonna head back to base to drop off all our stuff. Maybe we'll cook some of these wild veggies while we're here. Nope. I really don't know how much you need, but it's okay, it'll auto refill. Drop the rest of these here. Start a fire. Okay. Veg. Vegetarian baked beans. Isn't that just... Can you just cook the beans? Aren't they immediately vegetarian? Cooked wild veggies or dehydrated vegetable. We're going to cook some wild veggies. Why don't we cook just 2 of them, and we'll eat them to get rid of our little hunger flag. We'll drop our food here, and we'll drop our drinks on the drink pile, of course. And then filthy clothes go here. Yeah, so this is just a another basic episode. I'm trying to get back into it. I overslept today. I had a whole mess last night. I had a whole mess of a problem last night, but we'll talk about that probably in the next episode. We'll put this on the drink pile actually, because it's a container item for liquids, which is I usually put on the beverage pile. Gear's in good shape, don't need to repair anything there, so we don't need a tailor's kit right now. We will pick up the toolbox again, so that if we wander off, it's not an issue. Let me look at this thing. So it has everything we would need to make the kiln. We just need 4 tanks. I can't believe that takes 4 tanks. It's ridiculous. 240 liters for a charcoal kiln. Why? It's huge. That's enormous. That takes the digging. Okay, well, yeah, I don't think unless leveling our survival suddenly makes more digging recipes available, I don't really foresee that being something we can do. We are past 20 minutes though, so I think we're going to call this episode here. Thanks for watching. In the next episode, I will tell you some stories about why my week has been terrible so far. Alright, thanks. I'll see you in the next one.